Do you wait for everything to be perfect and lined up straight before you make a choice? How hard are you trying to get everything in your life right? What if jumping in and getting messy is one of the ways to find out what works for you? Discover how being willing to mess up can create the phenomenal life you truly desire. Get ready to quit judging and start embracing all of your messy adventures. Now, here's your host, self-declared messy living expert, Petrina Fava.
Hey, welcome to Messy Adventures in Living. Hey there, I'm Petrina, your host. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Thank you for jumping on the call, whether you're listening live today or I was about to say in the past. Wow, what is that? Okay, what do I know? Whether you're listening live now or in the future, thank you for listening. Thanks for being here. So what is Messy Adventures in Living? Well, it's a radio show, but it's more than that. It's a place where you can come and be invited to something different. How long have you been waiting for everything to be perfect in your life? How long have you been waiting to get all the information and make sure you have everything straight and you understand everything to make the right choice? And how much fun are you having doing that? And are you actually choosing anything? Or are you just making these little tiny safe choices because, you don't want to make a mistake? So Messy Adventures in Living is where we talk about all kinds of things, and I invite you to make choices to create your life. So last week on my show, someone said something to me about jumping, of course I wait until everything is perfect or I have all the information. I wouldn't just jump in and make a decision blindly. And I thought, is that what people think when I say jump in and make choices? So this is not about jumping in blindly at all. But it's not about waiting to have all the right information either. It's about something else called awareness. Have you never heard of that before? What the heck is awareness, you might be asking? Well, awareness is something we never learn about. We never are taught to look at. What do you know? What do you know that's not been told to you before? What do you know that isn't something you read? Some people call it instinct. Some people call it your gut. What do you know? So what if you could ask some questions instead of make conclusions? What if you could ask the questions and get some awareness around the possibilities? See, asking questions and waiting for the awareness to make choice isn't exactly the most expansive way to make choices either. You got to choose, and then when you choose, then you get the awareness of whether or not that choice worked, and then guess what? You can choose again. So asking questions, we're going to talk a lot about that on this show. Okay. I'm Petrina. I am me. That's all. I'm me. But here's some things that I do and play with in the world. I am a registered nurse. I'm a pediatric nurse. I have been for about 19 years. I really like kids. I think they're cool. I have 3 of my own. They're 12. How old are they? 12 and a half. 10, almost 10 and 6, and they are an endless source of they're like a big mirror for me, and they show me all of the places where I can change things in my life and where I'm judging myself a lot and where I'm functioning from conclusion. They show me every minute of every day, and I'm grateful. I also am an Access Consciousness bars and body process facilitator. Access Consciousness is a very cool modality that I discovered about 7 years ago. It's all about asking questions to create your life and dropping judgment. You can find some more information about it at accessconsciousness.com. We'll be mentioning it on this show. I also am the creator of Naturally Happy Body. It's a company where you can get some delicious, nourishing, 100% natural body products. I make them all myself. And I am also a published author. I have published books. I have published chapters in 3 books. One of them is called Creations, Conscious Fertility, Conception, Pregnancy, and Birth. The other one is called Possibilities in Parenting, in which I published a chapter called Toolbox for Bullied Kids. And my most recent one is a chapter that I wrote called Dear Judgment, in the Power of Releasing Judgment. I love this chapter especially because it's a breakup letter to judgment. Anyways, you can find those on my website, petrinafava.com, and you can find the books at amazon.com as well. Alrighty, let's get to the topic for the day, shall we? So what are we talking about today? We are talking about, the title of our show is Tired of the Not You. So what are you tired of? Struggling? Tired of trying? Are you tired of fighting? Are you tired of those things? Or are you tired of the not you? Look, trying to be someone you're not is totally exhausting. And when you get a taste of possibility, it's just downright intolerable. So what do you know about how much more is possible for you? And are you ready to have all? Is it time to be all of you? So, well, let me tell you a little story about how this topic came to be. I was having my bars run by my friend Christine. Access bars is a hands-on body process by which 32 points on your head are just gently touched. And the idea is that these points on the head store limitations, beliefs that we've had, conclusions that we make, judgments that we have are stored here and create shit basically in our life, create limitations, create barriers, create walls, stop us from creating the phenomenal life we know is possible. And when they're touched by a practitioner, the energy that's there is dissipated and the limitations start to go away. It's really cool, actually. I love it, and it feels amazing. So I was having my bars run by my awesome friend Christine, and I was in a place where I was extremely frustrated with everything, actually, in my life. My relationship, my kids, my home, just everything, my business. And so she asked me, what did you ask me, Christine? Oh, are you tired of you? Because I kept saying, I'm so tired. Like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of arguing. I'm tired of trying. I'm tired. Like, and that was the energy of what was happening in my life. I was just tired. It felt like I was just slamming my head against the wall for everything. Everything was hard. Like, really? And so she said, are you tired of you? And I went, oh, God, yeah, I am tired of me. Like, I'm just tired of me. And it was the energy of, like, frustrated with myself because I know that there's more. And so then she said, oh, are you tired of the not you? And it was like, yes, that's the thing. That's it. Tired of the not me. Oh, my God. So how exhausting is it to not be you? I mean, really. And the thing that I realized is that over the last few years, as I've began using some of the tools of Access and changed my perspective a lot on my life, I know that I've dropped a lot of judgments that I can't. And I've dropped a lot of judgments about, like, this is good enough there. I've dropped the idea that I should be happy with my life the way it is. And because I know that I can create more. I know that I can create something phenomenal. I know that I can create something amazing. Yes, I'm so grateful for everything in my life. And I know more is possible. So as I've embraced that more and been asking myself, how much more can I create? How much more can I create? All of the places where I know I'm not being all of me, or all of the places where I know I'm being small, or all of the places where I know I'm not creating all the way to my fullest capacity, feel like nails on a chalkboard to me. And so as I'm becoming more and more aware of all the endless possibilities in my life, playing small and not creating my life the way I know it's possible, it has become almost intolerable. And I have been feeling actually physically tired. So what about you? Have you been feeling physically tired? And what are you actually tired of? Or have you been having this energy of, like, oh, I'm just tired of fighting. Like, I'm tired of trying. Everything is a struggle. So I challenge you to ask a question. What are you tired of? Okay, so I'm going to ask you that question. What are you all tired of? What's going on in your life? What brings you here? What made you click on this radio show? What are you tired of? What are you tired of? This is a great question, by the way. Anytime you feel physically tired, I challenge you to ask yourself this question, or to ask others this question anytime they are telling you that they're tired. I actually asked this a question to a patient of mine. So I work in the dialysis unit at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto, and one of my patients, who is a teenager, who was just recently diagnosed with kidney failure just in the last 6 or 7 months, and has been coming in for dialysis 4 times a week, missing school, not being able to be with his friends. He kept saying every day, I'm tired, I'm just tired, I'm tired, and sleeping all the time. And so I finally asked him, what are you tired of? And guess what he said? Dialysis. It was great. I was like, cool, you're tired of dialysis. And then we went and we had a conversation about, what else could be possible with, just how he was feeling with missing his friends, and how else he could connect with his friends, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, amazing question to ask people. And of course, kids are amazing, so they're so tapped into their awareness. Okay, so what are you tired of? Okay, waiting. Yes, in the chat room. Tired? I'm tired of waiting. Okay, good. So what are we all waiting for? And so when you say you're tired of waiting, then what are you aware of? I love this question. Okay, this is one of my favorite go-to questions. What am I aware of? Anytime you're feeling tired, you can ask yourself, what are you aware of? So if you're tired of waiting, what are you aware of? What do you know? I often get tired of waiting too. Oh my God, I'm so with you, Christine. I'm tired of waiting. What are you tired of waiting for? Are you tired of waiting for other people? Are you tired of waiting for money? Are you tired of waiting for other people? Okay, yeah. So how fast are you creating? How fast do you create? So have you ever been told, you're so impatient, you want everything right away? You have no patience with people. You expect things to happen right away. How often have you been told that, and have you been made wrong for it? And so what if you're not wrong? What if you know that you can create at the speed of space? And so when it doesn't happen at the speed of space, and it's happening at the speed of slug, you're getting super annoyed with it, because you know that it does not have to be that way, and you know that you can create at the speed of space. I'm waiting for the fabulousness to begin. Big time. Right. So what can you choose? So, wow, there's something weird here. There's some weird energy around all of this. So let's clear something. I don't know what, but let's clear something. So everywhere, all the tired that we're all feeling, all the energy of tired that we have misidentified, and all of our awareness, everything that we're aware of that we have misidentified and misapplied as tired, and everywhere we're judging that as wrong, and everywhere we feel like we are at the effect of tired, that tired is something that happens to us, can we destroy and uncreate all of that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, so that weird thing that I just said is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. It is a collection of words that actually has an explanation to it, but it takes too long to explain right now. So if you would like to read about it, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. It actually has its own website. How cool is that? So all you need to know is that a bunch of energy comes up. I'll ask you, would you like to destroy and uncreate that? Meaning, do you want to get rid of it? Do you want to destroy it? Do you want to go back to wherever it started and actually uncreate it? You can say yes or no. It doesn't even matter. You don't have to say anything. And then the clearing statement gets at the energy and gets rid of the energy underneath all of that and starts to get rid of it in your life. You don't have to understand it, but if you do want to, theclearingstatement.com. Okay. So, what is it? What have we made so vital about being tired that keeps us from creating the phenomenal life we know is possible? And everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, well, let's take a break. We are talking about tired of the not you today, and we're looking at what are we tired of and how can we change this? How much of what we've decided is tired is actually our awareness of something. So let's take a break. You're listening to Messy Adventures in Living on A to Zen.fm. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Do you wait until all the traffic lights are green before you get in your car? Of course you don't. Are you waiting until you have everything perfect to begin living? Most of us have learned not to take any steps until we have all the information to make the right choice. What if the opposite is true? What if it's choice that creates awareness? Are you willing to make lots of messy choices so you can begin to see the possibilities that you didn't even think existed? Listen for Messy Adventures in Living radio show with self-declared messy living expert Petrina Fava every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, and 6 Pacific on A2Zen.fm. How much more expansive would your life be if you were willing to get messy with your choices?
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world and to like yourself a lot more? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer. It's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
You're listening to Messy Adventures in Living with Petrina Fava. To participate in today's show, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736. In the UK, 033-0001-0625. Or you can Skype us at a2zen.fm. You can also ask questions or comment by email by sending to Petrina at petrinafava.com. Now, here's Petrina with more Messy Adventures.
Hey, welcome back to Messy Adventures in Living. I'm your host, Petrina Fava. Today we're talking about tired of the not you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. If you're just jumping on, before we went to break, we've been exploring what are we tired of, and we were talking about being tired of waiting. So are you tired of waiting? And what are you tired of waiting for? Who are you tired of waiting for? Yourself? Someone else? Something else? If you're tired of waiting for others, we're just exploring the idea that, do you know that you can create at the speed of space? Like, are you often frustrated that things are not moving fast enough for you, whether they're your own creations or other people are not moving fast enough for you? So I challenge you to ask this question often. When you're frustrated, when things are not going well, like anything, what am I aware of? Because anything that you're picking, anything you're feeling is actually an awareness, okay? So what are you aware of? So are you aware that you can actually really create at the speed of space? I know I am. And so this is often a source of frustration for me too, because I know I can create at the speed of space. So what questions can we ask around this? So here's what I know stops creation. Judgment. Judgments stop actually everything. They stop creation big time. So if you're waiting for other people, what judgments do you have about it? What judgments do you have about them? And I would look at those and, get rid of them, destroy, uncreate them, use the clearing statement if you like, right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, online, shorts, boys, and beyond. Because with judgment in the way, judgment is like a thick cloud of smoke that does not allow you to have awareness. So if you have any judgments, good ones or bad ones, hey, judgment is not just about bad. If you have a good judgment in place, it's a judgment and it's a smoke screen, it's a cloud. Anything that's not just interesting, anything that's just not an interesting point of view is standing in your way of awareness. So if you've decided something is good, it's standing in the way of your awareness. If you've decided something is bad, it's standing in the way of your awareness. So if you're tired of anything, if you're tired of waiting, if you're tired of waiting for someone, if you're tired of waiting for yourself, I would look at what judgments do you have in place here. Because judgments are standing in the way of your awareness. What judgments do I have in place here? And what am I actually aware of? If I wasn't judging this, what would I know? If I wasn't judging this, what would I be aware of? So if you're waiting for other people to do something, like maybe you're getting your kitchen remodeled or something, and you know you want it created at the speed of space because you function at the speed of space, so why doesn't the rest of the world function at the speed of space? Well, let me tell you something. The rest of the world doesn't function at the speed of space. Just because you do doesn't mean everyone else does. And you don't have to make them wrong for that. That just is what it is. Not everybody functions at the speed of space, but that doesn't mean you have to wait for them, and it doesn't mean you have to be at the effect of them. You can ask them questions, and you have the capacity to out-create them. This idea of out-creating, I love it so much. So if you are waiting for someone else if you have, first of all, this is a conclusion, but if you have the idea that someone else is being slow and it's standing in the way of your creation, that is an interesting point of view. Why do you think you're at the effect of anyone or anything in this world? You're not. So it's the lie that someone else is slowing you down is bullshit. So I would look at that and get rid of it, and ask this question instead: how can I outcreate them? If you are aware that there's someone in your life that is putting on the brakes, in some creation, whether it's they're doing it or whether you are allowing it to happen. If you are aware of an energy of stop in your creation and you're associating it with another person, interesting point of view, and then ask this question: how can I outcreate them? How can I outcreate that? Because if you know that you are not at the effect of anything in this world, and you know that you can create at the speed of space, nothing is going to stand in your way. If you really desire something to be created, you will not let anything stand in your way. So, I mean, you could probably think, can you think of a time when you desired something and you went for it and nothing stood in your way? If you know that you are an awesome creator, then you can't buy the lie that someone else is blocking your creation. It's just an interesting point of view that you have. It's a lie. So, what lie have you bought about other people or other things standing in the way of your creations and keeping you on wait? And everything that is, we destroy and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. How can I out-create them? How can I out-create this? It's an amazing question. If you know that you can create at the speed of space anytime there's some stop energy, how can I out-create this? Okay, cool. So what else? What else are you guys waiting for? Hey, are you waiting for other people to come along? Are you tired of waiting for other people to come along? Are you tired of waiting for other people to join you on your adventure? And are you allowing that to slow you down? And what if you didn't have to wait for anyone? And, have you decided that that's mean? Have you decided it's mean to leave other people behind? And I don't mean physically leave them behind. I mean, it could be like maybe you want to go to Australia, but your family doesn't want to come with you. And you bought the idea that it would be really unkind to just leave your family and go to Australia. So, everywhere, yeah, that's one kind of waiting for others, but there's a different kind of waiting for others. Are you tired of waiting for others to come along with you in your journey of expanding your consciousness and exploring other possibilities? Not everyone wants to explore other possibilities. A lot of people are happy where they are, and that's not wrong. We all have our choices. Some people are happy where they are, and other people always want to explore new things, always want to discover new possibilities. And if you're one of those people, you might find yourself, surrounded by people who don't desire that. And you might really love a lot of these people, and they might be people that are very close to you, and you want the same for them. But you need to ask yourself, is this what they desire? And what is it creating to hold yourself back? And where have you decided that, where are you unwilling to acknowledge actually that by you not waiting for them and that by you going into your possibilities and expanding your life into your possibilities, where have you decided that that's not an invitation to them, right? So how much are you tired of waiting because you know that waiting for them to come along is not what's going to create the greatest? So there's a tool in Access called Light and Heavy. So the truth will make you feel light and a lie will make you feel heavy. And so this energy of I'm so tired of, is it light or heavy? Oh my God, it's heavy for me. Hey, I'll speak for myself. Isn't it so heavy? Is it heavy for you? I'm tired of waiting. I'm so tired for waiting for people to come along with me in my journey of expanding my life. Like, it feels like they're slowing me down. I'm tired. It's not true that they're slowing me down, but this energy, this heavy energy of tired, tired of waiting is a lie. So what if the lie that you're perceiving is the lie that you have to wait for them, or the lie that waiting for them is the most kind thing? That heavy energy of tired of waiting, what if that's your awareness saying, excuse me, this thing you're doing of waiting, it's not going to create the greatest possibility. You need to ask a question and choose something else. So if you're tired of waiting for others to come along with you, if you're tired of waiting and it's heavy, perhaps it's an awareness that is not the greatest. That's not the kindest thing to do. Follow your awareness. If something is heavy, it's a lie. What would create the greatest here? Would it expand both of our lives if I went forward? If let's say you want to go to Australia and your husband doesn't want to come along, and so it's so heavy to wait for him. What if that's because your awareness is telling you that it would actually create the greatest for both of you if you went to Australia by yourself? But the thing is, we have all these judgments in place, right? Like, oh my God, I can't go to Australia without my husband. What kind of wife would I be? Judgment, 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 judgment keeps you from the awareness of the fact that going to Australia by yourself could actually expand his universe. It might not, but it might. But if you have judgment in the way, you can't see that possibility, right? Okay, tired of waiting. That's that one. Any more energy on tired of waiting? Okay, let's clear. Everywhere you're tired of waiting, everyone you're tired of waiting for, instead of acknowledging that you have an awareness about what will create greater for you and them, will you destroy, not create at all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, beyond. And I just want to mention this. What is the value of waiting? What is the value of keeping yourself on wait? We do this funny thing where we stop our creations. Who knows why? Who cares why? But we do it. We put things in our way, and we're so cute. So everywhere you are using waiting for others as a way to stop yourself from creating a phenomenal business, a phenomenal life, a phenomenal relationship, will you destroy and create all that? Oh, right, wrong, good, bad, fuck, all nine shorts, boys, beyond. Okay, no more tired of waiting because you are a creator of magnitude and you can now create anything. Okay? All right. So what else are you guys tired of? What are you tired of? Oh, this came up for me. Tired of being in allowance. Anybody else? Tired of being in allowance. So what is allowance? So we talk about allowance as everything is just an interesting point of view. And no right, no wrong, just interesting. So you can look at what somebody's choosing and go, okay, that's an interesting choice. No judgment of it. And lately I've been hearing myself say, God, I'm really tired of being in allowance. So does this come up for you? So what judgments do you have about allowance? What judgments do you have about allowance that are keeping you from the awareness of I'm tired of? What have you decided allowance is that it actually isn't? So have you decided that allowance is doormat? So like, are you bastardizing allowance? So if you find yourself saying, I'm tired of being an allowance, you might want to look at, are you misidentifying and misapplying allowance as doormat? So what awareness do you have? What am I aware of? If you're saying to yourself, I'm tired of allowance, I challenge you to ask this question. What am I actually aware of? Is there something that you're unwilling to see? I'm thinking about this in terms of another person. So if you're tired of being an allowance of someone, if it's heavy, if it's contracted, if it's frustrated, what's the lie there? What is it that you're unwilling to look at about that person? That you just think you have to be an allowance of them all the time, meaning you just have to be okay with everything they're doing, which is not what allowance is. And what is it that you're not willing to look at about them? So if you would be willing to see everything for what it is without judgment, then could you choose? Right? So allowance should not be heavy. Allowance should not be frustrating. It's like, hey, that's just what they're choosing. Now what can I choose? If you're living with somebody that's driving you crazy and you're thinking to yourself, I'm really tired of being an allowance. What lie are you buying? What choice are you not making? What are you unwilling to look at about that other person? If you look at it and go, okay, this other person is choosing to be an asshole. Cool. That's just interesting. It's just what they're choosing. No judgment, but they're choosing to be an asshole. Okay, I can have allowance for that. I can look at it with no judgment. And now I have choice. What can I choose? Would you be tired of being an allowance if you acknowledged that you have choice? Gotcha. Okay, so we're going to go to break. You're listening to Messy Adventures in Living on A2Zen.fm. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're talking about tired of the not you.
Do you wait until all the traffic lights are green before you get in your car? Of course you don't. Are you waiting until you have everything perfect to begin living? Most of us have learned not to take any steps until we have all the information to make the right choice. What if the opposite is true? What if it's choice that creates awareness? Are you willing to make lots of messy choices so you can begin to see the possibilities that you didn't even think existed? Listen for Messy Adventures in Living radio show with self-declared messy living expert Petrina Fava every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, and 6 Pacific on A2Zen.fm. How much more expansive would your life be if you were willing to get messy with your choices?
Do you know a child who is frustrated and disruptive in class? Who struggles to connect? Who's bright but still not making the grade? Have you ever wished that there were a kinder, gentler way to support children with difficulties in school or at home? Many children find access bars is benefiting them greatly. A study is being conducted to document findings in an effort to assist kids everywhere with these life-changing benefits. Will you donate and help to assist kids thrive? Visit www.accessyourbrilliance.com to support our study. What else is possible for kids now more than ever?
You're listening to Messy Adventures in Living with Petrina Fava. To participate in today's show, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736. In the UK, 033-0001-0625. Or you can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. You can also ask questions or comment by email by sending to Petrina at petrinafava.com. Now, here's Petrina with more messy adventures.
Hey, welcome back to Messy Adventures in Living. I'm your host, Petrina Fava. I'm just laughing because I saw a comment way back in the chat room from my friend Christine McIver, who I told you ran my bars the other day, and she said, I'm using all these tools you're giving out on you next time you come see me. Yeah, well, why else do I do these radio shows? They're awesome. Okay, they give me so much awareness. I'm so grateful for this radio show, and I'm grateful for all of you here and those of you who are contributing your energy to the topic and who are listening and who are chatting with me in the chat room. It's great. Okay, so I just really having, if you're just joining us, if you're just hopping on in the middle of the show, we are talking about tired of the not you today. And actually, there's been a lot of talk about waiting. And I am just realizing over the break, actually, that a lot of the energy of what things that you're tired of are somehow connected to waiting. Like, where have we decided that we are tired of something because it's not coming. Like tired of something because it's not happening the way we want to. And like where have we decided that we are at the effect of someone else or something else or at the effect of this world or at the effect of society? That's like the underlying lie here, right? If you're tired of something, the underlying lie that you're buying is that you're at the effect of everyone and everything else. It's total bullshit. You are an amazing creator. You are. We all are. You have an amazing capacity to create anything. You don't have to be at the effect of anyone else. It's a lie. Are you actually tired of stopping yourself? And everything that is, will you destroy it and create it all? Right, Rock that pop fuck all night shorts, boys and beyonds. I think I just said that one to myself. Oh goodness, are you actually tired of stopping yourself? Fuck yes, I am totally tired of stopping myself. Anyone else? So what energy, space, and consciousness can we be to be the creators of magnitude that we truly be? And everything that does not allow that, everything that's stopping that, including our damn selves, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, punk, online, shorts, boys, meows. Yeah, it really is totally exhausting, Keisha. It is. It's exhausting to not be you. I get that, and I've heard this said before, but I'm just getting it. Like in the last few months, it's like I literally feel physically tired when I'm not being myself. And so I want to talk a little bit about what being yourself is, but there's something in the chat room. Tired of not having. Thanks, Keisha. Tired of not having. I'm tired of not having. It's bouncing around in my universe. Okay, so how many of you are tired of not having? And do you get that that's a lie right there? Because is there such a thing as not having something? Right? If it's not having money, if it's not having a relationship that you desire, if it's not having happiness, not having the business you would like, not having the home you would like, not having is a lie, right? Because everything is out there. There's an expansive universe with absolutely everything that we desire in it. It's there. It's there. So not having is a lie. So what have you decided about separation? What are you judging that you are separated from that you're actually not? Right? And everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So if you find yourself saying, well, I'm tired of not having, then you can ask a question like, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to have total clarity and ease with this? Again, one of my favorite questions. What energy can I be? What space can I be? What consciousness can I be to have total clarity and ease with all of this? What choices can I make that would allow me to have that? What is that weird energy on that word have? Are you perceiving that? I wonder, it would be fun to look up have on etymology online. So if you don't have something, yeah, there's just a lie associated with that word have. What if we decided having is that it actually isn't? And what if we decided having isn't that it actually is? And everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, punk, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, I would look at that. What questions can you ask? What choices can you make to have things show up? Have the things that you already have access to actually show up, actually actualize there. That's what it is. Having is not the same as actualizing, right? Because everything is available in the universe. Everything is available. The money is there. The connection with another person, that energy that of relation, whatever you want to call it, is there. The items, if they're physical items that you would like to have, an amazing home, like a beach house, living in another part of the world, all of that is there. We already actually have it. It's there. It's available. But what would it take to actualize it is something different. So what questions could we ask about actualizing, right? What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to actualize all of my desires into my life with total ease? And everything that is, will you destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POC, all nine shorts, boys, girls. Oh my God, Keisha, you went to Etymology Online. I love you. Okay, so if you're wondering who I'm talking about, it's Keisha in the chat room. She's amazing, and she is my fellow word nerd. And so she just went and looked up have in Etymology Online, which is a dictionary that talks about the origin of words. Okay, to own or possess. Okay, right. I knew there was something about possessing there that was weird. To own, possess, be subject to. Ooh, be subject to. Interesting. Experience. What else? Sense of possess. Have at one's disposal. Where the thing possessed was made the subject and the possessor took it. Okay, using the word is taken. Okay. To have to for must. Wow, weird, eh? Possess. This word possess keeps coming up. Possess is a duty or thing to be done. Ugh. Okay. So, what is it? What have you decided about owning and possessing things that is keeping you from truly having? And everything that is, will you destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POC, all nine. Shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. Is that better, Keisha? Yeah, different receiving. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, so if you're tired of not having, what are you unwilling to receive? Because it's out there. It's there. It's in the universe. It is there for you, ready and waiting. So if you are tired of not having, you might want to ask, what have I been unwilling to receive? What am I unwilling to receive? What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to receive everything in totality with total ease? Everything that is, will you discern and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POC, all line, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okie dokie. So what else are we tired of, guys? What else are we tired of? Tired of being sick? Are you tired of being sick? What's going on in your body that you're tired of? Okay. Wow, more weird energy. Tired of being sick. So I hear this a lot, being a nurse. I'm so tired of being sick. I've heard it a lot with people who are at the end of their lives. I'm just tired. People who are tired and are ready to die. What is all of that weirdness? Like, do you have to be tired in order to leave your body? And where have you decided that death is the only way out? How much of people who are at the end of their lives and maybe have had an illness for a very long time, people who often express, I'm so tired, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of fighting cancer, tired of fighting liver disease, tired. What is that energy? And it's an energy of, again, at the effect of something. This is what drives, this is what's, I know is a lie. It's a lie. We are not at the effect of anything. We always have choice. We can create our lives. It sounds crazy, but we are not at the effect of cancer. We are not at the effect of illness. What magic have we not tapped into with our bodies? Like, what lies have we bought? So, if there's any of this going on for any of you, and you're tired, and you are just wanting to die, or are tired of sickness, have you decided that death is the only way out? And you can choose death if you would like. Nothing is wrong with that. But have you decided that that's your only option? And what else is possible? So everywhere you've decided that death is the only option of getting out of being tired, will you please destroy and uncreate all of that shit? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. Are you tired of your life? And again, what have you decided is the only way out of that? Death? Would you be willing to consider a different possibility? Would you be willing to ask a question? If you're tired of your life, what about living? Would you be willing to look at how you can begin living if you're tired of your life, instead of considering death as your only option? I mean, hey, it's a choice. You can choose it if you like. But there is something else possible. There is something else called living. And you can have it if you choose it. Okay, we are going to break. You are listening to Messy Adventures in Live. Oh, okay. Sorry. Squirrel, I just saw an amazing comment in the chat room, and so I have to read it. Are you tired of the life you have not yet created? Thank you, Christine. That is amazing. Are you actually tired of the life you have not yet created? Very cool. So what else is possible, and how can you create the phenomenal life you know is possible? Now we're going to break. You're listening to Messy Adventures in Living on A to Zen.fm. Tired of the not you? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more.
Do you wait until all the traffic lights are green before you get in your car? Of course you don't. Are you waiting until you have everything perfect to begin living? Most of us have learned not to take any steps until we have all the information to make the right choice. What if the opposite is true? What if it's choice that creates awareness? Are you willing to make lots of messy choices so you can begin to see the possibilities that you didn't even think existed? Listen for Messy Adventures in Living radio show with self-declared messy living expert Petrina Fava every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, and 6 Pacific on a2zen.fm. How much more expansive would your life be if you were willing to get messy with your choices?
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dane here, and I would like to invite you to an adventure in being. I've just written and finished a new book known as Being You, Changing the World. Are you one of those dreamers? One of those people who's always known that other possibilities should be available but haven't yet been able to see them be created? Well, I wrote this book for you. In it, you'll find tools, processes, and unique perspectives to change the things you've always wanted to change but didn't know how. In it, you'll find an invitation to a different possibility for a way that we can be in this world that changes not only our lives, but by being us, allows us to contribute to changing everything planet-wide that doesn't work. Are you aware that truly great people, truly being them, is the only thing that has ever created a great change on this planet? Are you willing to step up? Are you willing to be one? Check out a copy of my new book, Being You, Changing the World. I invite you to go to beingyoubook.com for a free gift.
You're listening to Messy Adventures in Living with Petrina Fava. To participate in today's show, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736. In the UK, 033-0001-0625. Or you can Skype us at a2zen.fm. You can also ask questions or comment by email by sending to Petrina at petrinafava.com. Now, here's Petrina with more Messy Adventures.
Welcome back to Messy Adventures in Living. I'm your host, Petrina Fava. Today we are talking about tired of the not you. We've been having such a great conversation about all the things that we're tired of, and looking at what else is possible and some questions that we can ask to change it. What are you tired of? And a lot of it has been had an energy of waiting to it. Are you tired of something, but are you actually waiting to create? What do you know about how much you can create? And how much do you know about the lie that you are at the effect of the world or that you are at the effect of others? It's bullshit. It's a lie. We are creators of magnitude. If only we would be willing to acknowledge it and start out creating all those things that we've decided are limitations. So what else are you tired of, guys? Are you tired of pretending? Are you tired of, pretending that you're happy when actually, have you ever had those days when you're you go to work and you pretend to be happy? You are somebody asks you how you are and you're like, I'm good. And it's total bullshit because you feel like crap. Or, how much fakeness do you put on? How much falseness do you put on when you get up and you go to work, or you get up and you go to the mall, or you get up and you go over to your family's house for dinner? And how exhausting is that? So if you could just acknowledge, how exhausted you are from pretending, and everything that's holding that in place, will you destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, choice, boys, and beyonds. The thing is, are you often stuck wondering who you really are? So I remember as a kid, right, like how many teenagers are told, just be yourself, just be yourself, just be yourself. I was told that often, and I remember clearly asking myself or saying to myself, but I don't know who I am. How can I be myself when I don't know who I am? But you know what? That was a lie, because I did know who I was, but I was buying the idea of being yourself from other people. Do you know what I mean? So like everywhere you're unwilling to acknowledge that you actually know exactly who you be. And what if you're not just one thing? Like that's the thing is, where have we decided that being you means defining yourself? Hello, you don't need a label. You don't need a definition. That's such a limitation. Maybe that's why it feels so heavy to you. Right? What if you decided being you is? What if you decided the you is versus the not you? A long time ago, I started to look at like how I was angry a lot when I was home, or and I was like yelling at my kids and stuff, and then I would go to work and I was happier and I was just kind to people, and I would look, and sometimes people would say to me, wow, like, you're so patient, or you're so, they would acknowledge something about me, and I would think to myself, well, yeah, but you don't know the real me. You don't know the real me that I am at home. Like, you don't hear me yelling at my kids and like being a bitch to my husband. And then one day I was like, whoa, wait. Where the hell did I decide that is the real me? And that this one, the happy one, is the fake one? Because actually that was totally not true. It's not true that the worst you is the real you. Did you ever buy that bullshit? Everywhere you decided that you at your worst is the real you, would you please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, I remember that moment so well. I was like, what the hell? Where did I just decide that bitchy person is the real me? Maybe the light expanse, when I'm being light and expansive and happy and smiling and a contribution to the world, is that me? And wait a minute, what if both of them are me? I can be everything. I can be a bitch if I choose, and I can be an amazing contribution to the world if I choose. So, if you're tired of the not you, maybe you should stop labeling you. Because you can be everything. You can be every energy. I often think if only I knew who I really was. You already know. It's not even that. There is no knowing who you are. You just be, moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. It's such a lie, the defining who you really are, finding your true self, finding your authentic self. Oh my gosh, none of that is light for me. Is it light for you? Like, you don't have to define yourself. You can just be from 1 minute to the next, to the next, to the next. Is that what being you is? And would you ever be tired if you could just be from one 10-second increment to the next and choose every 10 seconds? Would you ever get tired of that? How exhausting is it to try and define yourself and then try and fit yourself into your definition of who you think you're supposed to be? No wonder we are totally exhausted people. Oh my goodness. Everywhere we've bought the lie that we have to label who we are. Everywhere we've decided that we have to find who we are, define who we are, label who we are, rather than just be and allow that to change and be willing to be something different every 10 seconds. Will we please destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, guys, that's it. So next time you're tired, okay, here's a quote that I just found a little while ago. When you're tired, it's a sign that you're almost at the end of your fight. No. When you're tired, it's an awareness. Ask a question. It doesn't mean you're at the end of your fight. It doesn't mean you're coming to the end. It doesn't mean you're ready to give up. It means you're aware of something. Ask a question. What am I aware of here that I have never been willing to acknowledge? Thank you guys so much for listening to Messy Adventures in Living. What are you tired of, and how can you change that? What are you actually aware of? Thank you so much, you guys. Join me next week right here on Messy Adventures in Living on A2Zen.fm. Go out and ask questions about what you're aware of every time you're tired, because you're not tired. You are aware. Goodbye.
Thanks for playing with us on Messy Adventures in Living. Petrina Fava will return next Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Mountain, and 6 a.m. Pacific on a2zen.fm. We'd love to have you join us again. Until then, have fun creating your phenomenal life, mess and all.